Good morning. It's July the 17th, 2015. Time to start trading for another day. The financials, the treasuries are higher and the stock market is higher. And that usually means that something has to give. So we come in and look at the market structurally. You can see that this 12 area to 8 is where resistance is right now. And if we can't take that out, then we should test the support back here where volume is in the 28 area to the buck. So I see a trading range day today unless the E-mini does something really spectacular. I think our answer as far as treasuries goes will be whether the knob spread is expanding or contracting. And it expanded once again overnight. So we have Janet Yellen's testimony this week saying we'll be increasing interest rates in 2015. The Treasury market's well off from its highs earlier this year in May. So that correction may already be built into this particular market. You have Greece. Puerto Rico is in default now, I think, officially on some of theirs obligations. So this socialistic approach to governing, where you borrow to spend and you create welfare states, the bills are starting to become due. And if you think the United States proper is immune to this, it won't be too long before Illinois, the home state of President Obama, is asking for help on their pension plans, etc., in the state of California. And why will they more than likely get it? Because they're Democrat strongholds, and they vote Democrat, and they keep that group in power. So, like Margaret Thatcher said, the problem with socialism is eventually you run out of other people's money. And that's where we kind of find ourselves these days. So, Puerto Rico is another country's up. Also overnight, the European Central Bank has made emergency cash loans provide liquidity to the Balkan states. So this problem isn't going to go away anytime soon. Greece is the tip of the iceberg. The solution was what happened in Iceland, where Iceland was allowed to collapse. It was a tough year and a half, but Iceland has come back. The debt that couldn't be paid was wiped out and gone. That hurt the creditors, no doubt. They actually put their bankers in jail for allowing those situations to develop. That won't happen in the civilized world outside of Iceland. So we're in interesting times, and that underlying situation might be enough to support treasuries, especially after this the selling that's taken place since May. Okay, 7 to 11 is sell 1. 15 to 19 is sell 2, on the idea that we're going to have a trading range. On the buy side, 29 to 1. I think they can get stops below the overnight session low, and then 21 to 25. We do have the news today. There was no significant news out overnight. We have CPI plus 3. This number could come in higher than forecast. Core plus 0.2. It lags behind PPI, but sometimes not by that much. Housing starts plus 1.125 million. Multifamily should continue to provide for the growth. Permits plus 1.175. And again, multifamily should be where the growth is. And then consumer sentiment out of Michigan. The sample size of 500 usually reflects stock market optimism, or the lack thereof, at 96. So I think inflation could get a play today, especially since the news is out at 8:30, so that'll be the #1 news focus. Number 2 will be starts, and then number 3 will be Michigan sentiment or consumer sentiment. So I'm expecting a trading range, and we'll see if that develops. Okay, the knob spread was really strong again last night. It gained. This 30-year, because of the play in the knob spread, I mean the big players are just swinging this a great deal intraday and overnight. And I expect that to be the case today. So the opportunity once again will be in the 30-year because of the knob spread. You get extra buying, you get extra selling. Okay, I thought we had pretty good resistance up here at the buck, and top of value is 51.30. We're currently at 23. So this is resistance, 27 to 31, sell 1. And then we've got this volume back here at 11, and so 7 at 11 will be sell 2. On the buy side, bottom of value, try for 13 to 17. And then 1 to 5. The selling gets started. I think the first move is probably going to be a little bit lower. Okay, gold. Nobody's interested. China doubled their gold holdings over the last month, and again, that's these large buyers. They're there. They use futures to get prices lower. Then they go out and they buy the physical. They manipulate the market, and we'd go to jail if we were to do that. But pretty hard to send China to jail or Russia for market manipulation. But you can see right here that there isn't a hell of a lot going on in gold, and we're right where we were the last couple of days. We got a buyer at 40, 42, 35, 37 for buy 2. The sellers 45 to 47 and 49 to 51, and I look for a quiet session. Draghi continues to say that anything and everything that needs to be done to protect the solvency of EU members will be done. The 6 of the European Union countries have to vote in their parliament to for the latest Greek bailout, or proposed Greek bailout. It hasn't been formalized yet. The details remain to be worked out, and that will subject the market to new spikes. Finland has probably been the biggest vocal dissenter, but they always come around and end up voting the way they're supposed to vote too, so I don't look for any changes there. You will do what Germany tells you to do, and you will like doing it. Okay, 108.75 is holding up, so buy 1. That's where support is. 75, buy 2, 850. Market did not break last night. On the sell side, looks like we're going to try to trade up a little bit. 20 to 30, sell 1. 45, 55, sell 2. Crude off a little bit last night. Pretty quiet market based on where the price was this morning when I started checking things out. The market is testing support. I felt for the last couple of weeks that we're going to get stops below 50 even. I think that's still a play. We are pointed lower. Get a full screenshot here. 17th today, 20th on Monday. This contract is probably rolled to the September contract. So let me go back and get all that rebuilt. We'll talk about the E-mini first, and we'll come back to crude. Okay, the E-mini option expiration is absolutely no volume overnight. Really quiet. Just looking at it structure-wise, you can see volume continues to move higher. And we've got an up bias. The play last night was 21.25. Yesterday was 21.25 on calls. 19.50 on puts. That's no play in puts. The price that clears the market for the market maker and makes the most money is 2100. That probably isn't going to happen. So our first buy is in this 15 to 13 area, and then 9 to 11 for buy 2. This is very aggressive. They make us pay up to come in. We're going to open high. If we fail to make new highs or fail to take out 20, then we can get short in anticipation of a test of 2110. But right now everything is pointed higher. So the sell band, I think because of the 25 calls, the first sell band is this 24.26 and then 29.31. But we may have to engage the market if 20 holds up, and that'll probably happen pretty quickly. CPI numbers plus 0.3. Core plus 0.2. Starts 1.125. Permits 1.175. They'll key more off of starts than they will permits, and these numbers could come in higher than forecast, as could inflation. And then consumer sentiment at 96. So all these numbers, if as forecast, would be historically supportive for the stock market, because it shows an economy that may be growing. You got to play that against what will this do to Janet Yellen's timetable for increasing interest rates. And we don't know. I still think that if Yellen does actually increase interest rates, that she kills the stock market. And I think the way that'll play out is that you will get pretty strong selling. And that first wave of selling will take the market where it's going to go. And then the key will be, will the Fed come in and support the market after all the selling is over? And my guess is they probably will. That's what they've been doing. So we'll have to see what actually happens. Okay, crude oil is pretty quiet. This is the September contract. Got support right below 51. I think we're headed for 50, but there is a little premium, usually 50 cents a month. Sometimes 70, so 50 to 75 is buy one. It's pointed lower. That'll allow them to get stops beneath there, then 50, 50 and a quarter. So I think we're headed for stops below 50. It may not happen today, but I think we're going to see that. There's a picture of the first Iranian crude oil tanker headed out of port yesterday. Commerce, business will go on. Remember, businesses are in business to make money and to maintain their market share, and they don't like competition. And if they can go to a politician and send him some money and kill their competition, that's the easy way to do things, and that's what large established corporations are prone to do. So the business model that they like the best is fascism. Private ownership, government control, and as long as you stay on the government's positive side, you can prosper under those situations. Okay, there you have it. It'll take a while to get some stuff up. I'm going to get busy on that. I will see you as soon as possible.